Welcome to the Inside Silverstone podcast, a business-focused podcast covering all things tech, engineering and innovation. Hosted by me, Chris Broome, a huge tech, motorsport and gaming fan, and also the owner of Longhurst, a firm of lifestyle financial planners and independent financial advisors located in Silverstone, Northamptonshire. This is a series of unscripted and unpolished conversations with leading business owners, thought leaders and high-tech talent where we discuss their experiences within the Silverstone business and motorsport region. We will also be asking them to share their knowledge, insight and their thoughts on the future just for you. If you're looking to learn more about the Silverstone high growth region and commercially connect with like-minded peers, you've definitely come to the right place. Welcome to Inside Silverstone. Welcome to the next edition of Inside Silverstone. My name's Chris Broome and I'm your host. Today I am delighted to welcome back to the show our good friend Stephen McCarthy from Mackart Additive. Stephen, welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much, Chris. Pleasure to be here.
Great to have you on. And we were just discussing backgrounds. You look like you're currently sat in heaven, but you are still with us, which is a great thing. But as we're doing a sort of season 5 COVID catch-up, which are sort of shorter, more punchier interviews with previous friends that have been on the podcast, but also new friends that we're meeting along the way. And so the premise today, Stephen, is literally just a good catch-up. What's been going on with you, the business, relationships in Silverstone Technology Cluster, for example, and anything else that's sort of going on in your world. So first question, pretty obvious question, is how are you guys, family and the business over the last sort of 5 or 6 months during this kind of weird COVID life that we're currently experiencing?
Well, firstly, we're all well. No one has come down with any of the viruses that might be floating around, so we're good there. Family, the challenges of working from home and kids at home, they were a test to start with, particularly with the good old homeschooling with no teachers in sight and 2 people trying to work. So I think we've learned well how to adapt and coexist outside of the off periods, which are after school and after work and before school and the weekend. So I think it's done us all good. I think we've learned to be a bit more tolerant and learn to relax a lot. The kids that start bouncing off the walls whilst we're on conference calls, you just have to live with it. It's life. They're at home. What else can you do? You can rationalize it a little bit, but yeah, they're going to play. And to be honest, if they're playing happy, making a noise, we're all happy, aren't we? So
absolutely. And how's business?
Business has been good. I think it's probably the summary. I think COVID has been, without a doubt, interesting. It switched a lot of the revenue streams off when it happened. It literally was like the door closed. But I guess work ethics and just a need to try to make sure we got through it. We just hunted for whatever opportunities were there, which were within our value streams, within our skill sets. And we had a great opportunity through networking, through people, to get involved with the design and manufacture of some very simple parts, but exhalation valves for the Royal Blackburn Teaching Hospital, which Dr. Ian Crossingham, the consultant there, he has available to him a whole suite of home ventilators. Home ventilators aren't compatible with the main hospital system, but with this exhalation valve, he was able to repurpose those and put them on the ward. So they kind of acted as a little bit of a triage. So those that needed the main ventilators, those that were comatose whilst they're on the ventilators, as they started to get better, still needed a ventilator, but didn't need to be in such a sedated state, were able to come off that, allow the main ventilators to be available to those who really needed them, and actually massively aided the recovery of those that could come onto the home ventilator. So that was really nice. It gave us some cracking opportunity for some news. It's non-funded work. You're not going to find yourself on as an approved supplier on the NHS. This is direct into the trusts, and it was just doing what we could, really. We're not going to be going down that route. It's not our core skill, but it was just really good to be able to do something positive and productive and help out. and get some news off the back of it. That's perhaps a little bit of the selfish side, but we all have to do what we had to do during that period, and it was good.
How did that opportunity land on your lap? How did you come across it?
So we're part of a little network group. So I guess this came about from a photographer of all things. So there's a chap called Adrian Wayne who through introductions you get to know. He did a little bit of work for us in terms of photography. He managed to find himself into a network in the Blackburn region. This opportunity came along, a couple of manufacturers with various capabilities, and we just happened to be, I guess, in the right place, knowing the right people at the right time to be past that opportunity. And we were able to react and design it and make it with the materials and the technology we've got with the stereolithography. A part which passed the test was put on their test rig at the hospital, and everything was fine. It sealed well, it held pressure, it did what it was supposed to do. So it was just one of those right place, right time, great opportunity, and we were able to make a difference.
And I think much needed, especially if there's going to be a second wave, which has been obviously clearly predicted, second and third wave. So so bravo and well done for doing that. And there's lots of other STC firms that have been involved in PPE production and otherwise.
Yeah.
How is life in the STC for Mackart? Relationships, partnerships, anything that you can talk about, whether it's name dropping some of the companies that you guys are working with?
Yeah, it's good. It's great to be in the vibrant community, which is what it feels like. There's some phenomenal sort of web-based meetings and seminars and learning platforms. It has been brilliant to see the proactiveness of the STC in making sure, with Discord as well. I must admit, we've been so busy I haven't fully engaged, but I guess that's a good sign. The flip side of not getting fully involved is we've been busy. But yeah, it's been great to see that support network has been there. And all credit to the guys who run the STC and the effort, and yourself for just driving that through and keeping the momentum going. It's been brilliant, and yes, we have a few partnerships in terms of doing business within the STC. So Silverstone Composites, for example, are a very strong client of ours. I would almost say we're working sort of in partnership, developing technologies and producing some great components from the other end of it, from Silverstone Composites point of view. But we're enabling their development and the continuous improvement of their product through our input, which is, again, we're stretching the boundaries of what we know and the equipment, and really making some big differences, which is fantastic. So yeah, STC is working for us really nicely.
Cool. And what other projects are on the go at the moment? How many other sort of plates are you spinning? Anything else of note?
Yeah, so we've got 5 other live projects right now, which are doing us very nicely. So it's been great that I would almost say we're post-COVID. I don't think we are, because we're probably expecting a little bit of a lockdown coming along. But from a business point of view, post the critical phase of post-COVID, we're finding that customers are coming back, so it's repeat customer and a couple of new customers. So it's good, it's healthy, it's vibrant, it's good revenue opportunities, and that's working for us. We're also in the middle of our BSI accreditation project, which is for BSEN 9100, otherwise known as AS 9100, which is the aerospace accreditation for the quality management system.
Nice.
Inside of that is ISO 9001, which pretty much everyone will be familiar with, but of course the aerospace side of it bolts on a whole load of traceability and record keeping and business continuity. So it's sort of the beefed up version of ISO 9001, but fundamentally based on 9001. We had our stage 1 audit Monday just gone, Monday the 10th, which we've cleared successfully. So we're now working to close a few of the gaps down that we knew were there. So we just got the hard work now just to close those gaps, ready for our stage 2 audit, which is in January. And all being well, we'll find we'll have the accreditation from BSI, from the British Standards Institute, in early 2021. It's amazing how many years are clicking by. 2021, and we're ready to sort of go into that market where my background is aerospace, as you know, so it's kind of where the direction, part of the business, a value stream of the business I want to investigate, explore, and hopefully maximize our opportunities with additive manufacture in aerospace. So That's good.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
It is very...
What about premises? We were talking off air about potentially going somewhere a bit bigger.
Yep. So 2,000 square feet, or approximately 185 square meters, if you prefer metric, facility, which is now under a contract. We're just working with the council, the local council in Lichfield, to get the planning that we need just for the work that we're going to do with the business. So that is imminent, and we'll be in there hopefully in the next 4 to 6 weeks. Fair amount of work to do in there, but again, that's all programmed, scheduled. Materials are on the floor. So it's just a case of just going through the last heap on the planning, and then we're in, and that will allow us then to really properly develop the business in terms of the resource we need, and not just human resource, but also the capacity and the capability of machines, with the metrology lab, and growing the capability from an AM point of view. We've got the design capability in house, so that will grow. So bolt all of this together with the accreditations, ISO 9001 and AS 9100. We should be in a reasonable place to develop the business into the next decade, which is literally what it is, isn't it? We're suddenly into the next decade. Oh my word! Very exciting. So obviously 2021 is going to be a big year. In part, hopefully, because we all come through the back end of COVID and into the sort of new normal. So a couple of closing questions just before we sort of finish the interview. Personal question. So it's 2021. We have escaped and got beyond COVID. What are you looking forward to doing the most that you can't do at the moment? Oh man, I think it's been properly integrated again with humanity. It's strange, you know. This shirt doesn't go on too often these days because we're not seeing people. Sure. Business cards. I feel sorry for the people who produce business cards. I haven't shared a business card for a long time. It feels so that they're all stacked up. So it's just the human interaction, the ability to properly get back together, proper networking, proper face-to-face. You know, we all have our bubbles. And whilst we've been in those bubbles, we found a whole load of other things to do that we've probably forgotten we could do. I've got back on my bike and getting some decent distance up on the road, and the kids have got back into that. So whilst bikes are rather like rocking horse poo, we have managed to get a couple of road bikes for the kids, and they're sort of extending their distances and legs and fitness. So we're all benefiting, I think, from the opportunity to do something a bit different. But I'm looking forward to a level of what we remember as normality. It may be behind face masks or face shields, but I guess we'll see how that transpires over time. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hosting another Christmas tipple. I don't know if it's going to be this year, but potentially next year, and numbers should be even larger than last. So I agree. I think getting some human contact and human interaction, certainly as a community, business community, will be fantastic. And hopefully the STC conference can go ahead in physical terms this year. So we will see. Cool. Last question. This is a bit of a silly question, so forgive me. And I sort of thought of it on the first interview, and I've kind of kept it going. So, but you'll be a good sport. So, Stephen, what is the king of crisps? It's got to be Walker's. What flavour? Prawn and cocktail over here. Bravo! You're the second interviewee that said prawn cocktail Walker's. Yeah, well, it was love it or lose them. What a brilliant marketing campaign they did! So everybody just ate their favourite packets of crisps, and prawn cocktail was in every drawer. Yeah, bravo. Yeah, I agree. I do love a prawn cocktail crisp. So fantastic. Stephen McCarthy from Mackart Additive, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's great to see you again. I'm delighted things with Silverstone Composites, who are friends of ours as well, is going so well. Plus, obviously, other partnerships on the STC. Bravo for getting involved with the NHS. A lot of other firms that we're speaking to have done the same. So it's phenomenal to know that we're part of a community that is supporting all of us in our need. Great to see you again. You look really well, and obviously I look forward to speaking to you again in due time, sir. Look forward to it, and thank you very much, and take care, everyone. Cheers. The Inside Silverstone podcast is produced by the team at Longhurst for the benefit of those with a passion for all things tech, engineering and innovation. For more information, please visit longhurst.co.uk/Inside Silverstone, whilst also remembering to give us a 5 out of 5 star rating on iTunes.
Please note that neither Chris Broome or Longhurst work for Silverstone Park, Silverstone Circuit or Silverstone Technology Cluster.